our sizes, yeah.
Let's go.
Our sizes, I'm watching you. Our sizes, I'm watching you. But the lawyers, they do. But the lawyers, they do, yeah. But the lawyers, they do. But the lawyers, they do, yeah. Talking about human rights, talking about legal rights. If you're wrong, you can be right. What is right can never be wrong. Our sizes, I'm watching you. Our sizes, talking about human rights, talking about legal rights. If you're wrong, you can be right. What is right can never be wrong. Our sizes, I'm watching you. Our sizes.
Gentlemen, are we ready to go on?
Yes, my lord, we are ready.
Yes, my lord, we are set.
Registrar,
Yes, my lord.
are your witnesses in court?
Yes, my lord.
Professor Famous Green,
Yes, my lord.
please step into the witness box.
Yes, my lord.
Registrar,
Yes, my lord.
remind the witness of previous oath.
Yes, my lord.
Do you still remember your previous speech?
Yes, my lord. I still remember my previous speech.
My lord, the PW1 has just been reminded of his previous oath. All witnesses in this case that have not testified should go out of court and out of hearing.
Professor Bakara,
Yes, my lord.
please go on to cross-examination.
Thank you, my lord. Professor Famous Green, am I right?
Yes, my lord, you are right.
What are your educational qualifications?
From which level?
From post-secondary level.
There are many, but I will name a few. MBBS from the University of Lagos. Masters in Pediatrics from New York University, USA. PhD in Genetic Engineering from the University of Cambridge, UK. PGD Evolutionary Psychology from the University of Rome, Italy. PGD Assisted Reproductive Technology, Stanford University, USA.
Professor Green, is that all?
No, my lord. I got my professorship on pre-embryonic diagnostic analysis from the University of Medaka City.
Thank you, Prof. These are plethora of qualifications. As a fertility expert, what is IVF?
I will start by giving the full meaning of IVF. In vitro fertilization. It is also popularly called test tube baby. Procedure arising from growing percentage of infertility among couples. lack of children to adopt, and the desire to have a genetically born child shocked the ART treatment to a major breakthrough. In July 25th, 1978, Louis John Brown was born in Oldham, England, United Kingdom, from in vitro fertilization. As at the end of 2017, my lordships, over 4,375,000 children have been born worldwide from the system. In 1978, in Australia, a baby was born from an embryo that had previously been frozen.
Is that all on the IVF?
No, my lord. In 1994, a 62-year-old woman using donated eggs and a husband's sperm delivered a baby in Scotland. Similarly to, in 2004, a 62-year-old woman using her sister's eggs and the husband's sperm gave birth to a baby in Lagos. According to a report, over 20,000 births have been feted so far in Nigeria. Most of these births in Lagos and Abuja.
Thank you, Prof. In specific terms, what does IVF entails?
The process entails extraction of eggs from the woman and united with sperm in a glass tube, popularly known as test tube baby. After about 50 hours or 2.5 days, the egg must have subdivided through cell division into 8 microscopic cells, which cluster are now inserted into the woman's uterus through the cervix.
Thank you, Prof. In your evidence earlier, you mentioned artificial insemination, AI, as one of the assisted reproductive techniques.
Artificial insemination involves introducing the semen into the woman's uterus, usually through the cervix. This procedure is mostly applied where the man has a low sperm count, and as such, the semen on its own cannot penetrate to fertilize the ova of the woman.
Okay. Professor Green.
Yes, my lord.
In the examination in chief, you also mentioned you also mentioned ICSI. Can you elaborate on it as an expert witness?
Intracytoplasmic sperm injection, popularly abbreviated as ICSI, comprehend the injection of a single sperm into an egg. This method is mostly applied where the man has no sperm count. This technique ensures fertilization. Until recently, this technique was the second most popular of the ART treatment after IVF. In a recent report released in 2005, shows that fertility is on the decline. According to the European Society of Human Reproduction and Embryology, shows that the demand for ICSI is more than IVF, with the ratio of 52 to 48%. My lordship, sir, time may not permit detailed elaboration here, sir.
Thank you, Professor Green. In your evidence, you also mentioned gamete interfallopian transfer agreement gift. Can you explicate before this honorable court?
This method is effected using laparoscope, instrument used to examine the abdomen of the woman. The application of this method can arise from both factors of the man and the woman infertility, but the man's low sperm count is the major culprit. In other words, it is the disability of the man that makes for the popularity of these techniques.
Thank you, Prof. My last question, my lord.
Go on.
In your evidence, you mentioned zygote intrafallopian transfer, ZIFT.
This method involves removing the egg and combine with a sperm and to form the zygote. The latter is subsequently introduced into the woman's fallopian tube. The method is applied using laparoscope, instrument used to examine the woman's abdomen.
With leave of court, my lord, my final question.
My lordship, sir, I object to this question of my learned brother. In her previous, she said it was her last question.
Learned Sikh, make it your last question. You limited yourself in the first instance.
Professor Green, it is true some doctors sexually abuse the privacy of female patients.
My lord, I object to this question of my learned brother.
Your government,
My lord, the question offense section 228 of the Evidence Act 2011 laws of the Federation of Nigeria as applicable to Ogun State. With respect, my lord, the question is intended to insult and annoy the witness. Besides, it is a mere supposition.
but on the wayside, sexual harassment or abuse is not fields of human activity. The Lord vide the disciplinary committee and prison makes such persons to face the consequences. Last week, a paper reported a man that was remanded to prison custody that conspired with his son to rape a 13-year-old girl to death.
Oh my God.
Gentlemen, let us go to the business of
As the God pleases.
My lord, that will be all for this witness.
Registrar,
Yes, my Lord.
step down, witness.
Yes, my Lord. Professor Famous Gray,
Yes, my lord.
please step out from the witness box.
Yes, my lord.
Gentlemen, suggest the date.
My lord, subject to the overriding confidence of this honorable court, will suggest 8th of next month.
Gentlemen, the court is adjourned to 8th of next month for continuation of hearing.
As the God pleases.
The court will rise.